Welcome to Life in Sirens, Behind and on the Scene, a podcast by first responders. We're your hosts, Sophie,
Jamie,
and Aubrey.
The content provided in this podcast is for informational and educational purposes only and should not be considered medical advice. The views and opinions expressed by the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the official policies or positions of any medical institutions, emergency medical services, or healthcare organizations. Patient privacy is a top priority, and all discussions involving real-world emergency situations are de-identified and altered to ensure confidentiality. Always consult with a qualified healthcare professional or your local EMS protocols before making any decisions regarding patient care or medical practices. Listener discretion is advised, as some topics may include discussions of real-world emergency situations.
In EMS, we fall in love fast. With adrenaline, with the chaos, with the partners who become family. And occasionally, with gas station coffee that should legally be considered a controlled substance. But not everything in this profession deserves our hearts. Some things we probably should have broken up with years ago. So today, we're playing a game, deciding what we love, what we've outgrown, and what we might be in a toxic relationship with. This is Love Me Not, EMS edition. Welcome back to Life in Sirens podcast, where we talk about the job, the culture, and the human beings behind the badge. Today's episode, well, it's a little different because we're turning it into a game show.
I have been waiting for this moment, and all of my competitive energy has been activated.
I just want everyone to know Sophie made the rules, which feels suspicious.
Well, I am the host. And as your host, I reserve the right to change the rules whenever I would like. So. But let's talk about how this works. So we're going to go through several rounds for each topic. You must decide love me. So love me means it deserves your heart. Love me not means that absolutely not. Emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
Exactly. So no neutral answers, no dodging, all right?
Oh.
You gotta give me the realist. So round one, love it or leave it. We're gonna talk about morale, and the first topic for morale is station dogs.
Yes.
Yes, love me. Love me, love me.
I agree.
Love me,
Man.
love me.
You know our friend Hannah from Kentucky?
Yeah.
They have a station dog. I
That's
know.
awesome.
They have a station pupper?
It's-
Georgetown, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm so upset about that. I mean, I'm happy for them, but
Yes.
I'm upset
I'm
for
so
us.
upset they have a dog.
I
we-
truly think that a station dog could fix almost anything that I saw and then came back to the station.
Yeah.
It would make me so much happier.
It's absolutely a morale boost.
That you
I
could
don't
just
know.
come home and snuggle a puppy and be like, I saw terrible things, lick my face. You know, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
It really would.
And it's, I mean, theirs, I think, is getting certified or already is certified as a
Mhm.
therapy dog.
Be awesome.
Oh.
And also, that dog has the best life ever. It's literally never alone.
Yeah. It could
There's
just
literally
lay.
always somebody there.
Right. It could just lay on you. It gets so many Tritos.
I know. I think it's good for the morale.
Yes, please.
I know I'm not supposed to be playing this game, but
Oh, you can play.
no thanks. All right. Next. Charting after shift. Nothing humbles you quite like thinking you're off at 7 a.m. and opening a blank narrative at 6:52. I've been there many a time. That's why I always, well, for quite a long time, I've been waking up at 5 a.m. on shift just to be sure. So,
You know, love me not.
Yeah.
Love me not. I think, this is such a catch-22 because, like, should you finish absolutely all of your run tickets prior to leaving shift? Because does your memory just get worse and worse? Absolutely, you should. But then there are moments where, like, you get a late call and you gotta go. You got things to do.
yes, you have a life outside of this. I
Yeah.
think there needs to be, like, policy around this because I shouldn't have to, especially if you get an early call in the morning. Like,
Mhm.
I feel like I shouldn't be required to stay past my shift if I, like, gotta go get the kids or, like, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's not my fault I gotta call at this time.
I know. Yeah. I think I understand why there's policy that is like all run tickets must be completed prior to exiting
The
your place of
building.
work.
The facility.
But I just feel like there's exceptions. I'm a love
I
me
think
not on that one.
there
I'm
has
like,
to be
leave that bad
exception.
boy and maybe write some notes in your narrative so you don't forget the call and then go about your merry way.
Yes.
Yeah.
I completely agree.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next one is a hot take. The student is really the problem, the environment is, and it's not a hot take for us because we feel this way, I think, but like people will fight us on this.
Oh my god. No, I
So.
love having students.
Yeah.
I think they're so fun. And you know what? My favorite is basic students. They're just so excited to be there.
Yeah.
And they're just so
Mhm.
impressed with the sight of like a syringe. It's just
Yeah,
I
they're
love
like,
it. They're
"You want me?"
precious.
And you can watch the adrenaline dump just from like going emergency traffic with them.
Yes.
And I just remember how great that feeling was.
Mhm.
And I think that some people take that as an opportunity to be like, oh man, like just wait till you've been doing this a while and you won't feel that way anymore. And I'm like, no, feel that way as long as you can.
And please,
It's awesome.
don't ask students like when they come into the building, like,
Why are you
why
here?
are you here? Not like, why are they here for a clinical? Like, why are you doing this job? You know, like,
Mm-hmm.
you
Or
made
like,
the wrong choice. I'm like, stop that.
yes, or
It's
like
weird.
you're too smart to be an EMS when they say something
Yeah.
intelligent. I hate that.
That it doesn't even make sense.
No.
Now this is my personal feeling. I have a hard time with students. They stress me out because I'm a creature of habit. And so I like to be on my truck with my partner and just do my day the way I like to. Now I also enjoy teaching and I enjoy them being there, but it like is tough for my brain. Sometimes I have to tell our education director like I need a break.
And I think it's good to say that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's definitely like more navigation involved,
Yeah.
but I don't know, we get like so many
It-
different kinds of students and it's just so fun because they all have different challenges. Like basics, they're just happy to be there, man. They
Yeah.
are just ready to take a blood sugar. And then advanced, it's like a little bit more. You can go a little bit more in depth into like pathophys and they're
Mhm.
starting lines and like they get to do the fun interventions.
Yeah.
And then you get to the medic step and you get to like completely go through the pathophys and all the differentials and your thought process and logistics and I don't know. It always challenges me at the end of the day and
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
It's kind of like blaming the baby for crying. Like, they just got here. Like, this is a scary world. What do you
For
mean?
sure.
It's not their fault.
For
but-
sure. Regardless of how you feel about students, there's never an excuse to be rude to them. Ever.
Correct.
For sure. Like, if you don't want to be an instructor or a preceptor or whatever it is, I think services should allow you to opt out.
Yes, I think you should be allowed to tell your service, like, look, I'm not good with students. I do not like teaching.
You don't want me to be.
You don't want me to have them.
Yeah.
And then be like, okay, we won't put anyone with you.
I think that's reasonable.
Yeah.
All right, moving to the next topic. Gas station dinners.
Oh, love me not.
me
Boo.
not.
Love me not. Except for Jamie's lying. Host, can you call her out on that?
What?
Tell
What?
me about a dog's
Tell
dinner.
us the truth.
All right, listen. Back in the day.
We said no dodging the truth.
Oh, you're right. There's a gas station named Dodge's. And back in the day, I would frequent Dodge's for a corn dog. And they had this weird apple pie pocket that was delicious. And they also have good chicken. It's really a weird place because it is very good, but also super sketchy.
They did remodel it.
They did. They did.
Loosely.
I don't know that it helped, but I was here for like a 2 a.m. Dodge's corn dog. Absolutely. Now, tell the people the truth. It has been years since we've done that.
It has been years since we have done that.
Thank you so much.
But I do love a good girl dinner,
Yeah.
which consists of a Hershey's chocolate bar and a Red Bull sugar-free drink.
Absolutely.
There is nothing you can't do in this world if you have a Hershey's chocolate bar and a sugar-free Red Bull.
Yes, if you get me a bag of Chex Mix Muddy Buddies from the gas station and an energy drink, I'm
Unstoppable.
rejuvenated. I'm ready to take on the city.
Mhm.
What is the weirdest thing that you've eaten while going emergency traffic to a call?
It's a keto.
That's the weirdest thing, James?
Yeah, it's not really my vibe. I just had a taquito in one hand and was just like wee wee with the other. Like what?
The weirdest
I think
thing.
chili. Just like it's hard to eat. Like that's the craziest thing I've eaten.
Yeah, I have eaten
I've eaten that a lot of
some
times.
soups.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think eating is sacred to me, so I try at all costs to not be pressured about it. So I usually leave my food at the station.
When Austin and I were partners, he was eating a bowl full of mac and cheese, and I racked a curb. Like, just absolutely nailed
That
it.
happened to me and you, and except I was driving and I
Yep.
messed with the ambulance.
Yep. Except for this time, he got mac and cheese all over him. It went into the air, onto his arm, onto the top of his little bald head, just everywhere. And he just looked at me, and he's the sweetest man. So he was like, "It's okay, James." And I'm like,
It's okay, James.
And in his head, he was like,
It was
that was my last straw.
Yes, it was the summertime, so we already had a sweat towel out, so
Oh,
it was
man.
became the mac and cheese towel. But you know.
Oh, yeah, that was a good little transition there.
So gas station dinners, do I love them? No. Do they love me? No. Do we do it? Yep.
They love me. No.
But do they have a special place in my heart? Still,
Yeah,
yes.
they
Yeah.
do. They do.
All right. That was fun. So the next round is partner green flags or red flags.
Bum, bum.
And you guys happen to be partners, so this is perfect.
This is perfect.
So give me 3 green flags of your partner, each of you.
All right, your number one green flag is how absolutely excited and floored after every single call you get to just like debrief the heck out of it. And I don't mean clinically, sometimes clinically, but I mean you like replay the tape in your head and you're like, did you notice at minute 5, second 32 how they look to the left when you ask them this question? What do you think that means? And I love it. I cannot get enough of it.
Oh
And
my gosh.
it gets so sad when I work with other people because they don't do that. Not everybody does
Well,
that.
you could do it, and they can do it with you.
I try, but they're just really not into
Yeah,
it. They're like,
sometimes people just get back
"Okay."
in the truck and you're like, "Oh my gosh, did you notice that thing that was on their staircase?" And they're like, "No." And you're like, "Okay, well, you're no fun."
I am so nosy, so I can
Yes,
appreciate
it's
that.
the best.
I love it. I love it.
Okay, your green flag, Aubrey, is that on the way to any call, it does not matter what the CAD says. It does not matter what complaint is in the CAD. She will find a way to be like, "What if?"
Oh, I know.
Yes, to be like, "All right, what if this toe pain is actually shin pain? And then what if the shin pain is actually in their calf? And then what if that's referring from their thigh? And then that's actually a DVT. And so that means they have a lot of clots. And then what if that DVT is turned into a PE? And then what if they can't breathe and they're not actually just out of breath because it hurts? And what if they're dying?"
What if?
I think what you just said was I run through my differentials before I get to the call.
100%.
Thank you.
Every single, and you know, honestly, it really stages off the EMS gods because it never is that, but it does
Yeah.
lead to a good
If
time.
you're prepared for the
does.
worst, then
Then-
it probably won't be that.
It is
Exactly.
quite entertaining.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I said 3 green flags.
Oh my
man.
gosh.
Okay.
Yeah, I really get to work now.
Oh my goodness.
2 more.
Okay, I have a second green flag.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, well, we're not going in order anymore. You interact with every single patient the exact same way. It does not matter their culture. It does not matter their color. It does not matter their education. Like, none of it matters. You talk to every single person the exact same way, respectfully and with care and empathy. And it is like not a thing that everybody does, and it's really cool to watch.
That's a green flag.
I don't know that that's
Mhm.
always the case because, like, I don't know how, like, helpful that always is because my approaching the patient the exact same way is, "Hey, baby," and sometimes that does not go over well. Or, "Hey, honey, what is going on?" Like, literally that tone of voice.
Yeah, but it works every time.
Yeah.
And the only
Um,
time it doesn't is like they were going to be grumpy anyway.
They
That is
already
true.
hate everyone. Yeah.
That is
Mhm.
true.
Mhm.
Okay, another one of your green flags is you are, and when I say this, I don't mean irresponsibly, but I mean you are so confident in your decisions, and you are very, like when you have decided you are going to perform an intervention, you pull the trigger. You don't sit there and be like, well, maybe, and then, well, we could just, no. Like, you are like, boom, I have enough evidence to pull this trigger, I'm pulling it. And I love that about you. Because I am not that way. I'm like, I'm going to think about it, so I'm going to hold this medication in my hand until I'm absolutely forced to give it to you, because I'm going to second guess it up until I have to. So,
Sometimes you do just be holding things, and then I'm like,
do you want to give that, or?
"Can you give me that? You want to give me that?" All right, your third and final green flag. There's so many more. There really are so many. 1, you're hilarious. Don't tell anyone I told you.
It's recorded.
Dang it.
It's audio and video
You're
recorded.
Very funny. But my final green flag is that you use silence in the most powerful way that I've ever met anybody
It's a
to
good tool.
use. So like when Aubrey does not need to fill space. She does not need to fill space with sound. She does not need to hear herself talk, which we do not share that quality. But she will just stand there, and the patients will just divulge their entire lives to her because she will not fill the space. So they will just continue talking. And it actually works out really, really well a lot of the time. But it leads to such like a humbling experience because you don't feel like required to speak. And so you'll just listen and take in a lot of information. I think that helps you a lot in our job. And watching it is really cool because the anxious chihuahua inside of me is like moving 1,000 miles an hour and has to talk. And you do not. And it's a really cool thing to see.
I think that's good. For any of the quiet ones listening,
It's a superpower.
you don't have to be the loudest
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
to be in charge.
Okay, I think that your final green flag is that any time that your uniform is messed up in any sort of way, like maybe a pant leg accidentally got tucked in a boot or your shirt is a little untucked, which that honestly never happens. Anytime that I'm like, all I have to do is say, you look ridiculous right now. And Jamie immediately knows and she fixes herself.
Why does this sound like a red flag?
It sounds like a red flag that I can't keep my shit together.
No, like once you stand, like if you sit down and you stand up and your pants get messed up, you're not like the person that's just like, it doesn't matter. You're like,
right.
oh my
You
God.
care about your professional
I
appearance.
do. I
is
do
what she's
fix
saying.
it quickly.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter what we're doing. We could be in the middle of a code in a responsible way. And Aubrey will be like, Jam your pants. And I'm like,
In a responsible
I don't even
way.
have to say that though. I just say, Jamie, you look ridiculous right now.
I
You
know it's
exactly
my
what
pants.
that
I
means.
do.
Yeah.
all right, rapid fire. So 3 green flags.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Soph's green flag is
The pauses, they really hurt. No, I'm just kidding.
Soph's green flag is that her size, because there ain't never been a window that you couldn't be
That's
yeeted
my
into.
favorite thing.
100%.
I will I'll ditch the firefighters and I'll be running around this house trying to find an entry so I'm the first one in.
Absolutely.
And I usually am because it's
100%.
always, if you ever want to get into a house, I'm not recommending breaking and entering, but if you're on a call, the kitchen sink window that's like above the kitchen sink is always unlocked because people
100%.
open that one.
Yes, and you can eat Soph through it super easy.
Yes.
One of my green flags for you is that you are like clinically so sound that you will run through like 312 differentials in your brain, but on a call you cannot tell. Like if you ever run a call with Soph,
My brain's
her
busy.
demeanor is so calm that you're like, what is going on? And then she will be like, go do this, and this. And I'm like, oh, there's things happening in there. And it
There
is
are things
the
happening.
coolest moment because clinically everything is so sound and she's truly like a duck, like so calm on the surface and then just moving 1,000 miles an hour under the water.
That's a nice compliment.
Yeah, it's really cool to watch.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Your final green flag
Oh.
is that I have the most quiet RSIs I have ever been a part of have been yours.
Ever.
They are so fluid
And
and
I-
they are so
I don't tell anybody to
controlled.
be quiet. We just are.
It's
just,
amazing.
It's a respect
But it's
thing.
also a
So
super, and it's
don't
a
make eye contact with
superpower.
her.
It's a superpower that you have because you do not match energy or match volume, also green flag. Instead, you will start talking quieter to people and then they have to be quieter to hear you. And so in RSIs, it is exactly that. You'll be like, hey, James, do you mind going ahead and pulling up the ketamine? And I'm like, yes, I will do that for you.
And I will remain quiet.
Everything just lowers and it's so cool. And if someone like busts in the truck in the middle of an intervention, Soph will just be like, oh, hello, could you kindly remove yourself? And they're like, oh, yes, ma'am.
I will absolutely tell
Yeah.
someone gently to get out of the truck.
100%. And it's just wonderful. It's wonderful.
I think that helped a lot working with Ashley because Ashley and I can talk so quietly to each other that nobody can hear us.
Mhm. Oh, yeah, it is truly just like a little whisper fest over there.
We'll just be like,
Yeah, and then they just like wink and like raise their eyebrows and they're saying stuff.
Like,
that's
exactly
the
what
best when
I
you're
was
with a
thinking.
partner that you can do that with. Thanks, guys.
It's pretty great.
The next segment is red flags,
Oh,
but we're
God.
not going to give each other red flags. We're going to just say our own red flag because I feel like if we tell someone their red flag, that's kind of like, I feel like it could cause some trouble in paradise, which is Medic 15.
it is paradise.
You're driving.
Okay, what did Sophie just say?
I think that
you
my
so
red
much.
flag, I'll go first, is probably that I am just like a chronic overachiever. And it sounds like a positive thing. but it can ruin your life very quickly. So get that shit in check. It is a problem.
My red flag is that I love behavioral patients. Because what does that say about me? I'm too much in their head.
She relates.
I thought you were compassionate and empathetic.
No, that I can be like, no, yeah, the CIA for sure is
that-
after you.
I
Here's
agree,
evidence.
though. That's-
Let go.
Absolutely. Sometimes I think that she's just going to follow them into the BHU and stay with them. And I have to be like, hey,
You could probably.
on.
They probably wouldn't be upset. They'd be like, perfect, you're the sitter.
Yeah, for
And I'd
real.
be like,
And I'd
no,
have a
bro,
great
like,
time.
I agree with them. Like, they're right.
No, like, I'm being so for real right now. Like, somebody was chasing them.
And I'll be like, okay, come on.
Well, I mean, somebody may have.
I said, she just needs carbs.
It's not out of the question in this job.
It is not my job to judge you. It is my job to listen to you. That's how I
see?
live my life. So,
Seems
Yeah, that's a
like
great
green
flag.
yeah, like, I'm going
It's
to believe you until
complicated.
proven otherwise, you know? It's complicated.
It's complicated. My red flag is that I can be very aggressive.
Be aggressive. Be aggressive.
I can be very aggressive, and it's not necessarily with my like physicality. I'm not like I'm gonna punch you in the face. But
That would be crazy.
right, that would be crazy behavior. My tone is very direct and like very short and almost cold when we're on scene because I just want to be clear to get all the things done that I want to get done. And sometimes that comes off as or is intended to come off as occasionally aggressive. And I think that can be a red flag
I
for
think
me.
we all just said green flags that could become red.
If you use them for
If they
evil.
go
Right.
too far.
If you use them for evil.
Yeah.
I personally think you just pronounced assertive wrong, but it's just
Assertive?
me. Yeah,
Oh.
aggressive and assertive. I
Is
think
it-
she's just assertive.
Is it because
I
I'm
don't think she's
is it-
aggressive.
Yeah,
'Cause
I
I'm a
don't.
woman.
I don't. Yeah,
No.
and that's what I'm
Mm.
saying. Like, it just depends who is the viewer. Of
Yeah.
The, of the situation.
Yeah, I will say that firemen read me as aggressive.
Yeah, and they probably always will.
Yeah, other EMS professionals, I believe, read me as assertive.
Well, thank you all for sharing your flags. If you're listening to this, head to our Valentine's Day post and please share your red flags and green flags with us, or the red flags and green flags that you see from other providers.
Yeah, and if you've got like a beige flag, throw
That's
that in there. Beige flags are pretty fun.
And if you have any stories of some crazy red flags, write them into our podcast. You can go to our website to do that.
Absolutely.
Because we love reading y'all stories. We just don't get enough of them. All right. This one is weird a little bit because of the title. Don't freak out too much yet, okay? So round 3 is EMS romance. Dating within EMS. Love me or love me not. So no one really understands this job like someone who's lived it, but that also means they understand exactly how it can change you. Personally, I say love me because my husband is in fact a paramedic as well.
Mhm.
And it is nice someone there's no way that I can imagine being in a relationship where I'm gone as much as I am and that's normal or okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I also say love me. Everybody in this room is their significant other works in EMS.
Mhm.
And so it'd be a little bit silly if we said love me not. But I agree. I think that there's something special when you can come home to your person and you don't have to feel bad about traumatizing them, I guess. Like you can tell them
Yeah.
what actually happened to you during your day and they get it.
Right, because I feel like there's a level of loneliness if you can't do that. Because I have never dated someone that was not either in healthcare or public safety in my like adult life.
Yeah.
I've always been able to come home and talk about it, and so I can't imagine how lonely that would be
Yeah.
if, like, let's say your significant other, your spouse, is like a teacher, to come home and they're like, "How was your day, babe?" And like maybe they got thrown up on by 3 kids, but
Yeah.
like you coded a kid, like
And that's why I wanted to throw this in here.
that's really
because
tough.
I feel like it's an important topic.
Yeah.
Like, who the heck understands this except for someone who has done this?
Right? I feel like it can be really isolating. And
Which actually, Houston and I, that's my husband, we have a friend, a couple, which the husband, he's a firefighter, and the wife, she is a teacher. And there's a couple problems, which I don't think they'd be upset with me sharing this. There's a couple problems they face is she always feels like he's unreachable when he's at work because he's running calls and fighting fires, or he's asleep because that's
so that
what we
he
do.
can, yeah.
And then he comes home and then he wants to sleep after shift. And I think that is a fair, like, you've just been home alone for 24 hours and then your significant other comes home and goes to sleep. Yeah, that can be a difficult thing.
Could be a
to, like,
bummer.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
To, like, have to do on repeat.
And that it's not consistent.
Yeah.
And so, like, let's say some days he comes home and he's good.
Yeah.
And he wants to do stuff and he wants to hang out and he wants to, like, it's hard to expect what's going to happen.
Exactly.
Because he could have had a terrible night and he needs to sleep for like 8 hours,
Yeah.
or he could have had a great night and he just needs like a little nap later
Yeah.
on in the afternoon, and like it's fine. And I think that that's tough. And because we even experience that to a degree, like
Yeah.
the day after we get off shift is D shift, and like we do not make plans really to do anything at all the day
Yeah.
after, just because if it's avoidable, just because that day could be an absolute recovery day, or we could be fine.
For sure.
You just never know.
Unpredictable. You don't know how much sharing is actually going to traumatize the other person. It might not. It might totally traumatize them.
Right.
Like, that feels weird.
Yeah, like when you
Like-
both do the job, you can give like full detail, and your significant other wants the detail. They're
Yeah.
like, tell me everything that happened.
Yeah.
What do you think? Like, did you do this intervention? Did you get this? Did you put them on end title? Like, what was
Yeah,
that?
They become a safe person for, like, doubt.
Yes.
too,
You
like-
can ask them all kinds of things. And I think that you running really terrible calls, like if you're dating someone outside of EMS and you come home, you don't want to tell them those details.
Yeah.
Because that,
You want to protect them.
yeah, that is traumatizing
Yeah.
to them. For
And
sure.
I think a lot of people say, like, never date someone who's in this field. Like, I mean, even, like, Austin and Nicole, like, she's a nurse.
Yeah.
Like, it's so hard to connect with someone who hasn't been through what
Mhm.
you've been through.
Right. I feel like my like biggest reference point is Zach and Katie,
Yeah.
but Katie's family has been in EMS
Right.
her whole life. And so like she may not have firsthand experience or knowledge of it, but she has been around this for so long that
Yeah.
like he can talk to her about things.
It's definitely a
Yeah. But then on the flip
good
side,
spot.
I think the positive about dating somebody outside of EMS is that you have a whole separate life. Like
and you
it does
have
not.
so many things to talk to, like,
It-
about that, like, are curious. Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, like, we'll just take Cannon, for example, because I did date him, like, before COVID hit, and, like, he was really, like, the things that were mundane to us would excite him. He'd be like, no way, you did that? That's crazy. Like,
Yeah.
if I just tell Houston that, he's like, oh, yeah, us too, we did 3
Yeah.
those kind of calls today. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So-
It definitely does. Like, it changes perspective a lot. It gives you other life experiences. It gives you friends outside of EMS. Like, I think
It's
there
hard.
can definitely be a lot of positives to dating somebody that's not in this career. But I feel like sometimes if you do not expect and manage the negatives or maybe the cons,
Yeah.
then they can become like huge issues in your relationship.
A lot of communication will have to happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that the same goes for dating somebody in EMS as dating someone that's like EMS adjacent. So
Yeah,
dating someone that's
healthcare.
like fire or healthcare or police or like, you know, whatever it is, like
They get it.
they often still encounter traumatic situations and
100%.
things.
I
Mhm.
think dating a first responder is not the end of the world, so it's okay.
It's okay. Do it.
We're all doing it.
It's fun. It's a good time.
All right, round 4, the heartbreak round.
Mm.
So let me ask you something harder. What is something you used to love in EMS that you don't love anymore? That you're like, wow, now that I have I'll go first, just to like give you an example. I used to be so proud of how ragged I ran. Like, I was like, especially like Old Burton. Like, we
Oh,
ran
yeah.
all shift, all night, all day. I mean, way too many calls than was realistic for someone to maintain for any amount of time. And I just thought, yeah, I'm so cool, obviously. Like, I run more calls than anybody else in this county. I'm doing the coolest thing ever. And now I'm like, what the heck? I don't like
Yeah.
that anymore. Which, it got a lot better. But there was a time, like, if that would have kept going on, I don't even know how people, like, I guess I'm starting to learn, like, I thought sacrifice was the, I guess, commonality in success in this field. Like, you had to sacrifice everything, and you had to be exhausted all the time, or else you just weren't doing real EMS. So now I don't love that. I think self-sacrifice should not be normalized.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was a little deep. You don't have to be that
No, I
deep.
love that. I think that I used to love the physicality of this job. I used to love like the crazy patients that try to fight you and you had to like tackle them and it was just nuts.
Yeah.
And now, we've learned so much about the appropriateness of like hands-on contact with patients and things like that. But also now I love like the finesse.
Yeah.
I love figuring out if somebody needs to be medicated or if someone truly needs to be restrained or if they just need to be de-escalated or if this situation has been made worse by multiple responders. Like now I love the psychology behind it and the finesse behind these situations where you can really try to like see if you can get this patient to just like work with you. And it used to be like I wanted to just get in there physically and like do whatever. And now
I think that comes with experience and just
Yeah.
maturing.
I like the mental aspect of it way more than I used to.
I think that I liked just like absolute chaos. Like the more things that you threw on the ground. Yeah. The more things that you threw on the ground of your ambulance because you were just ripping things open and throwing it.
I still love it.
I put everything in the wheel well and people hate it, but I'm like, oh, that's my trash can. That other trash can is overflowing about
It's
one thing.
teensy small.
It's so tiny. And now I have so much, I don't know if respect is too big of a word, but I have so much pleasure in how organized can I keep a call and like logistically, mentally, and like physically. That's where like that was a success it comes from now.
Yeah.
But then on the flip side, something that I used to hate, but now that I love, I'm gonna put some positivity back into this, is I hated peds calls when I first started EMS. Now I love them.
Yeah.
Those little buggers are so resilient. It's crazy.
They are crazy.
Love it.
They really are. Like
There's just
they
weirdos, like we said last episode.
Yeah, like they flip around. They can flip around so fast when you start throwing things at them.
Mm-hmm.
It's really cool. And honestly, that is so true about you in calls. Like we'll get off of like a respiratory failure or like a code
Like, oh, I'm gonna help you clean.
or
And you're like,
something.
"There's
Yeah.
nothing to
It's
clean."
already dead.
And if it's my call, there's like blood on the ceiling and everything's everywhere. There's probably even trash in the front of the truck. Like I'm just chucking things. So I think it's so fun. And I'll go to clean up Aubrey's call and it will all be like in a neat little pile, like with folded packaging. And I'm like, what is happening?
It depends how much time I have.
quite that bad.
No, it's great.
I'm like, I'll make a mess and then before we get to the hospital, it'll be clean.
On any like, unless there's
Unless it's
exceptions,
literally
like just chaos.
it's just staying crazy.
Yeah,
we haven't
for sure.
They won't stabilize.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the most part, we clean up after ourselves. Because also, there's a whole different shift, dynamic shift when you are double medic.
Mm-hmm.
Because you take turns like cleaning. And so you start to be, which you should be respectful all the time, but you start to be very conscientious of like how much of a mess you make.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that changes too. Like, just as you move through, like, the licensures, like,
Mhm.
your whole outlook changes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
All right, finally, we're just going to do a lightning round, and you're just going to say love or hate. All right?
Love or hate?
Firehouse cooking.
No love.
No. Hate.
Yeah, me too. It's often very unhealthy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next, sleeping on shift.
Love.
Yeah, me too. Love. Dark humor.
Big love.
Me too. Just don't alarm anyone outside of this field with it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Know your audience.
Mandatory overtime.
No
Hate.
love.
Okay, I don't think this should be allowed.
No.
This is a
No.
standard in some places across this country.
That's prison.
Yeah, exactly. Scene control versus controlled chaos. Love.
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 I just
Love.
put that in there to solidify something.
Absolutely love.
Coffee dependency,
Love.
caffeine dependency.
Love. Hate.
Love, hey, yeah. Because
Yeah.
have you ever like been really busy, like as soon as you get to work, and then you're just like running calls, and then you're like, why do I have this terrible headache? It's
Yeah.
because you haven't had your caffeine. that
Right.
day.
And I'm like, I shouldn't need this to survive, but here we are.
I get terrible headaches. All right. Final question. Why do we stay in this job despite everything?
Oh, because it's awesome.
I need you to give me more than that.
Um,
James.
No, really, like this job, it is the only place where you can see life and you can see death and you can see beautiful moments and you can see terrible moments. You can see the most like uppity humans of society. You can see the people that are in the depths of society. Like the amount of perspective that you gain about life doing this job is insane.
Yeah.
And there are hard moments and there are things that are terrible and there's pay disparities, and I get it. Like there's a lot of bad things, but at the end of the day, there is nothing that I would rather be doing, because if I'm sitting in office, I'm not happy.
Yeah.
Like there's just so many things that could like probably work and be fine, but this job is just so cool. You just can't beat it.
It is the best job ever. I think the only way to survive it is to have boundaries, and you're either going to learn that the easy way or the hard way. I learned it the hard way, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Because I learned it, and it will continue to be the most amazing, beautiful job ever if you look at the happy moments and the victories, and you don't let toxic culture win. And
because there's way more of people in this career like us.
Absolutely,
there are like angry, grumpy little grumps.
Angry is always loudest.
Yeah, they're just louder. And the other thing about this job that I did not realize you really couldn't get anywhere else is the level of autonomy you have.
Absolutely.
Like, you really get to make so many decisions, and obviously you have guidelines and protocols, but like you get to make so many decisions with your own brain and like critical thinking.
Incredible.
It is so cool, and it doesn't really exist anywhere else.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
I think that, number one, this is, as far as I know, the only job in the whole world where for 24 hours everybody has your phone number and you can't say no. You can't be like, we don't offer that service. No, you literally have to go.
That's Aubrey's like catch line.
It doesn't matter. And I
Catchphrase.
just think that just floors me every time I think about that. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But also, too, kind of what Jamie said, I think that EMS is the only facet of medicine that to survive, you have to completely make it your own. And by that I mean, like, hospitals, they have algorithms, and I know that we do too, but like, I'm getting to that. Hospitals have like algorithms, and they have order sets and assessment tools, and like, we do step A, we do step B, we do step C, and that is how we do it every single time. We're going to hold off on that before we get back to CT. You know, like, that's how it runs. But we can make as many protocols as you possibly can, and it does not matter. You will have to make compromises, and you will have to make changes, because sometimes you find people dangling off of bridges or in a ditch or in a drainage.
Work a code on a roof. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yep.
like this is the only job that you cannot possibly put on paper to plan out.
Yeah, because you cannot predict your environment.
Correct. And you have to create it by yourself. And I think that is wild. It's truly like the last frontier. We are the Alaska of medicine.
Cowboys.
Put that on a t-shirt.
And I
We
like
have one.
it is
Oh,
so
good.
it's really cool that it attracts the same like neurospicy humans,
Yeah, it
Yeah.
has to.
because we like that ever-changing aspect that, like, yes, for a suspected septic patient, I do X through Z or whatever every time. Except for if they are in a hoarder house that it's on the third story that you cannot access. And like, there are so many environmental factors that change the aspects of your job that it's not just that one thing.
It's one of the most dynamic roles in healthcare.
It's really cool.
You cannot deny that.
It's so
No.
fun.
EMS will break your heart if you let it, but it will also give you a second family, a deeper perspective, and moments of humanity most people will never witness. We don't stay because it's easy. We stay because somewhere along the way, this became part of who we are. So protect your heart, choose what deserves your energy, and don't be afraid to outgrow what doesn't. Happy Valentine's Day from all of us at Life in Sirens. If this episode brought you value, take a moment to rate and review the show. It helps more providers find us. Follow Life in Sirens, join our mailing list for exclusive content, and visit lifeinsirenspodcast.com for resources and downloadables built for the modern provider. And if this conversation made you think, send it to your partner, your preceptee, or someone on your crew, because better providers build better systems.